Hi, it's Rabbi Lewis wishing you an early Shabbat Shalom. Look, I'm in Hollywood Beach, Florida. Sometimes life gives you interesting opportunities. I am here for a family funeral, and because of this unfortunate situation, I'm also getting to spend Friday morning in just an incredibly beautiful place watching the sunrise over the ocean. Something I don't get to do on a regular day. So life is full of contrasts all the time. It's full of sacred opportunities, it's full of ordinary times. And I think at the end of the day, that's the theme of Shabbat. That's also the theme of the Torah portion this week of lech lecha, is God says to Abram, go from this place to a land that I will show you. It'll be a holy land. And Abraham gets up and goes, separating the ordinary place from what will become the holy place. And I'll say part of this message reminds me of questions I've been fielding the last couple weeks as Shabbat on October 31st was approaching. And people say, well, are we going to have a Halloween Shabbat? And I thought, there's no way these things combine, and it's inappropriate if somebody is reciting Mourner's Kaddish and they were sitting next to somebody who was wearing like a skeleton or a Grim Reaper costume. I feel like that's a bad idea. Just the same, I have discovered, I think there could be a similarity here. Now, I'm not promoting going out and observing like a pagan religion because it's the same. I'm going to say there's a parallel here. And that is to say, Shabbat is a day on which we set one day apart as being holy, being separate from the rest of the week, and the theme is separating the sacred from the ordinary. The origins of Halloween were to dress up in costumes and perform some rituals that would repel these demonic spirits from invading their homes and affecting their lives. And so there is a underwriting theme of separating the sacred from the profane, even in that. But as Judaism often does, we take these folk beliefs and superstitions and turn them into purely good religious rituals. Shabbat, we separate sacred from the profane, not through scaring people or dressing in costumes, but for lighting candles and drinking kiddush and baking a challah and celebrating these days with our family and going to a temple and learning Torah, sacred activities that we may not do on other ordinary days. And that's perhaps the closest similarity there is in these things. And so we see that when Abram has to go from the ordinary place that God determined was not the right place for him to be, was not good, to go to the holy promised land. We see that when we try to just say, do something that makes this day special. And I gotta be honest, this is perhaps one of the most special Friday mornings I've spent in a long time. It's hard to match that. Anyhow, those are my thoughts for this Shabbat and for lech lecha. Have a Shabbat Shalom.
Yes. You got the wrong vampire.